Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave.
I'm Brent. Hi.
And on the phone line this morning, on this Tuesday, we bring you Drew. Good morning, Drew.
Good morning, gentlemen.
I got to tell you, something about talking to you makes me chuckle. I don't know what it is. It's your sense of humor, your satire, your honesty. I'm not sure, but we enjoy having you on.
Well, that makes you feel good, Dave.
Good. And at the end of the show yesterday, Brent told me he was proud to be a redneck. How do you feel about that?
Well, I'm proud to have it, being proud to be a redneck.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, Drew, I just want you to know, really appreciate you always referring to us as gentlemen.
Yeah, that does.
Well, and I tell you guys, I don't use that term loosely either.
Oh, wow.
I truly mean that.
Well, it doesn't happen very often here, I'll tell you that. So appreciate it. Lots of bull sales going on. Busy time of the year for the barns. What's happening at Burwell and Broken Bow? I guess to start with, tell us what has happened.
Yeah, we'll kind of give you a recap of last week. Last week at Broken Bow had a good weigh-up sale and a bred cow sale. And we called those weigh-up sale, we called that about 5 to 10 higher on the better end of those bulls. Bulls ran anywhere from 90 cents to $1.05. Top end of those weigh-up cows was 63 to 67 cents. The middle cut of those cows was 58 to 63, and the lower end of those weigh-up cows was 41 to 55. We got down to weigh-ups. We started in on the bred cow sale, and that's kind of how we operated there. We had a set of young black cows. They were third and fourth calvers. Brought 17.75. We had another set of young black cows bring 17.50. Had another set of young black solid mouth cows bring 1,600. Then a set of black young solid cows bring 15.75. And we had some short solid cows bring 13.75. Had a set of black white face short solid cows bring 11.85. We had some Charolais cows, short solids bring 11.50. And we had some broken mouth cows bring right up there 1,100. And that's kind of how we operated there in Broken Bow last week. This week in Broken Bow, got a nice, really nice calf sale lined up. We're going to have weigh up starting at 9. Going to have calf sale starting at 11:30. If you got weigh ups this week, kind of encourage you to maybe bring those in on Wednesday afternoon if you can. That way, we kind of, with this weather the way it is and everything, we can just kind of operate a little bit smoother on those things and get those cows in on Wednesday afternoon. We'll have a crew there around there and get you taken care of. So this, I'll give you a rundown of how we're going to operate there on Thursday with the calf sale. Got a 505 black and red steers and heifers, 380 steers, all going to be one cut. They're all weighing 830 pounds smooth. You got 125 heifers on that deal, weighing right at 800 pounds. They're coming from Bowers Farms. We got 150 head of black baldy steers, heifers weighing 550, 675. They're going to be nice and fancy coming from Scott and Heather Pates. We got 130 head coming black steers and heifers weighing 5.5 to 625 coming from Merlin Pop and Jeff Pierce. We got 120 head of black baldy steers and heifers going to be green coming from Bryce Culp. We got 90 head of black white face steers and heifers weighing 5.5 to 7 coming from Randy Jenkins. We got 85 head of black Angus steers and heifers weighing 6 to 700 coming from Casey Quitmeyer. Got 70 head of shorthorn steers weighing 675 to 800. Always fancy set coming from Homont Shorthorns. And we got 65 head of black baldy steers and heifers weighing 575 to 700 coming from the Kent Goodhart family. We got 60 head of black baldy steers and heifers weighing 575 to 650 coming from Roger and Jeanette Krause. We have 55 head of Hereford steers and replacement quality heifers. They're going to be super fancy set of heifers on this deal coming. They're weighing 475 to 600 coming from Jim Holm. And we got 55 head of Hereford steers and replacement quality heifers, 550 to 650 super general set of heifers on this, and no heifers kept coming from Larry Ostergaard. We got 40 head of black heifers and a few steers weighing 5.5 coming from Jack Carr. The 30 head of black and a few black baldy steers and heifers weighing 700, 900 pounds coming from Bob Neben. We got 25 head of Hereford replacement quality heifers weighing 650 to 700 pounds coming from Goodhart Land and Cattle. And we got 20 head of black and a few shorthorn steers and heifers weighing 350 to 500 coming from Steve Sputanic. And we got 20 head of black steers and heifers weighing 500 from Dale Black and Colton Craig. And we got 19 head of black steers and heifers weighing 500 from Carolyn Kemp. Got 10 head of black baldy steers coming from Renee Back. We got 8 head coming from Blaine and Logan Ryan. Got 4 head from Bud McClary. And we got that list is getting added on to all week long. Then when Friday in Burwell, we got a big sale there. We got 3,500 head on that sale. Won't run down through that list, but Friday we got an exceptional lineup of replacement quality heifers. If you guys are looking for those nice ranch raised 1-iron replacement heifers, go back to the country. Highly encourage you to get on the website and look at those listings and go through there, and we'll start on those heifers at 11:30 over in Burwell on Friday. If you got any questions, give Justin French a call, or give myself a call, 308-872-1105, or give the sale barn a call, 872-3334.
All right, Drew, thanks so much. I got a question for you. Does Todd, is he kind of like the groundhog? Does he not come out when it gets below 10 below?
Yeah, it's pretty hard to get him off the couch on days like today.
Well, good luck the rest of the day.
Okay, good luck getting my job after that comment.
Take care, Drew. Appreciate it.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Well, we know Drew will be working outside today.
Probably the rest of the winter he will not be inside. Oh, gosh. Well, he's very active with both sale barns, working hard, and they're doing great for our communities, Burwell, Broken Bow, and surrounding communities, and we do appreciate it because it is so important to have livestock barns to go to and bring people to town. All right, let's talk a little bit about the tumbleweed. I'll do that real quick. Right now, I just have to ask you a personal question, folks. What would a big old stack of pancakes taste like on a day where it's 18 below zero with butter and syrup on top of them? Good, right?
Yeah, tastes all right.
I got to tell you, too, by the way, folks, with the tumbleweed, I know you're thinking, well, I'd like a stack and some eggs and bacon. I would approach this carefully. Ask for one pancake and see if you can get around it, and then order the eggs and bacon. Now, if you've had experience with this before and you know you can do it, by all means, jump right in because you'll enjoy it. But breakfast sounds especially good today, and we'll just highlight the fact that the Tumbleweed Cafe in Broken Bow will make you up some waffles and pancakes till mid-morning, and throw along the bacon alongside and a cup of coffee, and they'll bring it over to you with a glass of water or whatever else, maybe some juice. The other thing, though, is that you can do that any time of the day other than the pancakes and waffles, as they switch the grill over for the lunch specials later on in the morning. But you can have an omelet, fried eggs, scrambled eggs, all those things all the way through the day into the nighttime hours, 7 days a week. Now, don't forget about their activities on Sunday. They have a beautiful meal set up for you. You can go through the buffet or you can order off the menu and sit and have some conversation with your family while you're eating on Sunday morning and early afternoon. They're ready for you at the Tumbleweed Cafe. And don't forget about the drive-through that they have in case you want to just pick something up, give them a call and drive through, and they'll have it ready for you. They got a window they slide open just like any drive-through, and you take that tumbleweed delight home and eat it as well, or over to the office for the folks, whatever you want to do. And don't forget about that meeting room. Talk to them about that. If you're going to have an anniversary or a gathering of some sort, they can spread you out safely in that big old room and bring you the food to boot. It's all available at the Tumbleweed Cafe in Broken Bow. It's Tumbleweed Day today, so that means if you answer correctly on our question, you're going to win yourself a tumbleweed meal.
All right, here's your question for today. We're celebrating Chocolate Lovers Month, so can you identify this chocolate candy bar? There's a number in my name, but I also have the same name as a group of classic heroes whose motto is all for one and one for all. Which of these is my tasty treat filled with whipped marshmallow-like chocolate? Your choices are Fifth Avenue Candy Bar, the Three Musketeers, Zero Bar, or Take 5. If you know, call us at 872-2801.
And Broken Bow invites you and your sweetheart to join them on Valentine's Day. They'll be serving prime rib and jumbo shrimp dinner with a choice of potato, salad bar, and dessert starting at 5 on Valentine's night. Your Valentine will love a delicious home-cooked meal at the Tumbleweed Cafe. Open Valentine's night, the Tumbleweed Cafe on East Highway 2 in Broken Bow. Take your sweetheart to enjoy an amazing prime rib and jumbo shrimp dinner for Valentine's.
We have Harold on the line. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
Doing good, actually.
Good. You're inside then, aren't you?
No, I'm actually in the vehicle.
Oh, well, that's okay as long as the heater's working. Here's Brent with your question.
All right, what candy bar are we talking about? It has a number in its name and is the same name as a group of classic heroes whose motto is all for one and one for all. Is it the Fifth Avenue, Three Musketeers, the Zero Bar, or Take 5?
The Three Musketeers.
You got it, all for one and one for all. And because you've answered correctly, we have for you a certificate that'll get you a free tumbleweed meal at the Tumbleweed in Broken Bow. So just swing on out and see us, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Harold. It is 7:45, and let's celebrate some birthdays today. Geraldine Turnip Seed, happy birthday to you. Diane Anderson, Bob Dunbar, Vaughn Weebush, and Zach Briggs celebrating birthdays today that we're aware of. Also, you're sharing birthdays with some celebrities, by the way. So let's take a look at those celebrity birthdays real quick. I think one of those is Joe Pesci, who has turned 78 today, starring in shows such as Vinny, and also Raging Bull and Home Alone and Casino. Carole King is 79 years old today, and you may remember that she wrote many songs for other artists for a long time, and in 1971 she came out with an album called Tapestry, which remained on the charts for more than 6 years and held the record for most weeks at #1 by a female artist for more than 20 years. So those are some of the artists and people that you folks here locally are sharing birthdays with today. Also, 57 years ago today, the Beatles made their first American TV appearance on the Ed Sullivan Show. 3 years before that, they started performing as the Beatles before Ringo joined them, and they played Germany and England, and they paid their dues in clubs all over Europe for about 3 years before they were, quote, discovered. So it's a pretty special day for you Beatle fans out there, so here we go.
And Bobby love, love. Runza sandwich when you buy medium fries and a drink, because Runza makes it all better.
Runza's temperature Tuesday reading is 0. This means your original Runza sandwich is free today when you purchase a medium fry and medium drink. Today only at Runza. 7:49, and we have Logan on the line. That's the name of the show. Logan on the line from Arrow Seed. Good morning, Logan.
Good morning.
How are you?
Oh, not doing too bad. Just kind of recovering from this weekend.
Oh, what happened this weekend?
So I actually had a run-in with a gang of mimes, and they did unspeakable things.
What'd you say? A gang of mimes?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, I got
you.
Yeah,
they did unspeakable things.
I like that one. That's good.
Oh boy, Logan, you're getting off to a good start this morning. So, is the warehouse cold right now?
It is very cold. You know, the warehouse crew right now, they're definitely earning it.
Yeah, no
kidding. Because it is chilly out there.
Yeah, that gets to you by the end of the day. Hope that they do all right. I know that they'll stop and warm up because they're busy doing things. What's going on at Arrow Seed right now?
Well, tomorrow is the last day to get your early order in for your summer annual forages. So it'd be for your millets, cane, sorghum, sudan, that type of stuff. The early order is over after February 10th, so still got about a 2-day window to save some money. And if it's something you know you're going to need, you might as well get it booked and save some money in the process.
All right, makes sense, but do it soon.
Yes, it is that February 10th cutoff, and after that, it goes back up to full price.
Okay, all right. So can they just pick up the phone and call and set it up?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
It just takes, a 2-minute phone call to say, hey, this is what I need this year, and we get it booked for you, and you get that discount added onto it.
All right. Good to note that today because time is running out. What else you have for us this morning?
Time is also starting to run out on our prepaid discounts for alfalfa. Those discounts will come to an end on March 10th, so another month yet. But there again, if you know it's something you're going to need, you might as well pay for it up front and save some cash up front.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with alfalfa. Alfalfa is not super less expensive to put in.
Mm-hmm.
It's fairly pricey. Granted, you get more than one year out of it, so it pays for itself fairly quickly. But if you pay for it all up front and you get a discount on that seed, your input cost per acre is going to go down considerably.
Mm-hmm. Logan, could you talk about quality a little bit? Because you're highlighting the fact that it's quite an investment to put in that alfalfa. As you say, it averages out over the years that it produces. But you certainly want to start with questionable seed and make the investment and hope that it has the best shot of coming up. I mean, there's things that can happen when you plant alfalfa that's out of everybody's control with Mother Nature, but you want to start with quality, don't you?
Absolutely. In Arrow Seed, we've been around for a long time, and we actually started out in the alfalfa business. Mm-hmm. Like that's what we did, was bought and sold alfalfa and cleaned alfalfa. And you know what? We still do that today. The cool thing is, just like you were saying, we get high quality seed. We have standards out there, and then there's Arrow Seed standards that are set. We set the bar pretty high because we know the value that the producer needs to get out of it.
Right. And boy, you want to have the best shot, like you alluded. You want to have the best shot at getting that even stand to work with for years to come. Otherwise, you're maybe trying to patch things in, and I don't know. If you don't get off to a good start in anything in this world, it just doesn't work as well. So,
Absolutely. The other cool thing is we're cleaning alfalfa seed that we have bought from producers. You know, and when you think of alfalfa, you don't generally think of the seed. You know, you think of alfalfa hay.
Right.
But we buy raw seed from producers, run it over our mill and clean it to get it up to our quality standards, and then we have a finished product. And it's been that way really since we started.
Mm-hmm. Are there, excuse me, but I'm curious, are there different blends or different types of alfalfa that fit different soils? I know a lot of people love to plant alfalfa along rivers and creeks because they get a little of that groundwater that they can utilize, but then there's sandier soils. And is there difference in seeds for different applications?
There absolutely is. You know, it's not a one-size-fits-all.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like corn and soybeans. There's how many different varieties to fit different programs, to fit, different areas, different locations. It's all relative. There's a variety for about every situation.
Okay. All right. So there again, coming in and visiting with you about, what they're going to put it on and what the circumstances are also gives you a little bit of an edge putting that into the ground for the first time, I would think.
Yeah, absolutely. Some varieties do better under irrigation. Some varieties do better on dry land.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a big part of it around here, because not everybody has a pivot,
Right.
but not everybody doesn't have a pivot.
Or they have a pivot maybe on some corn and soybeans, but they don't have a pivot for an alfalfa field, right?
Exactly. Yep.
Okay. Well,
so we can get you the right variety to fit, to fit what you're needing.
Okay. All right. And the window again for saving some money?
On the alfalfa, the prepaid discounts come to an end on March 10th.
Okay.
So you have another month to prepay for your alfalfa to get that discount.
All right. Okay. What else did you want to highlight this morning, Logan?
Well, it's cold outside. I think my pickup said 12 below this morning.
Oh, you're at 18 below right now.
So yeah, cold, like really cold. And birds right now are trying to be finding every bit of food that they can. So why not put some birdseed out for them?
Well, we happen to have some around our place right now, and you get to see some finches. We've actually been enjoying a pair of cardinals here lately, Logan, which is so much fun. And if somebody next door has a feeder, they're going to see them, not you, right?
Exactly. And the cool thing with the bird seed that we offer, we offer it in bulk quantities, and it's just like our garden seed. When you buy it in bulk, you're going to be saving some money.
Yeah.
We've got black oil sunflower seed for 54 cents a pound in a 50-pound bag.
Wow.
That's good. A 50-pound bag usually goes quite a ways. But when it gets this cold, this quick for this long of a period, it's not going to take very long to go through 50 pounds of birdseed.
It's surprising how they just flurry and feed and feed and feed, and they even go down on the ground and eat what they've dropped this time of year because that's how much they need that energy. So, you can have so much fun and help the birds out, and when you buy in bulk like that, it lasts a long time, and you have a lot of fun with it. And that's a pretty inexpensive way to enjoy the outdoors from your window right now, which isn't a bad thing. It is. Yeah.
It is. And, and you never know what kind of bird is going to come in.
Mm-hmm.
Just like you said, you had some cardinals come in along with the finches. But, there's so many different species of birds out there that you never know what you're going to see.
Yeah. Well, stop into Arrow Seed in the warmth of their front shop. You don't have to go out in the warehouse to get it, but great time to stock up. We've got a lot of winter left to watch the birds, and even in the milder months, it's still a good draw to bring them in, no doubt about it.
It is, absolutely. It's really cool in the springtime. Birds migrate, and you think of birds migrating would be waterfowl, cranes, that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But your little finches, your orioles, all that stuff migrates too. And it's cool in the springtime when everything's migrating back through to have bird seed out there, because you're going to see something you probably haven't seen before.
Yeah, you're right. From year to year, you think you've seen most of what comes through, and then all of a sudden you get out your book and you go, what is that? And you realize you've not seen that one before. And it's just a real relaxing, fun way to kind of enjoy Mother Nature's variety. I think that's great that you guys do the seed and promote that. And, of course, you have the feeding stations you have out in the country, not just for hunting, but for folks who want to go out and watch the deer or animals come in. It's all about living here and enjoying it, right?
It is. Yeah. It is. And deer feeders right now, they're going to be just like birds. Those deer are going to be trying to find every bit of energy that they can to stay warm.
Yeah.
So why not give them some feed?
It's all good, Logan. Thanks a lot. Is there anything else you wanted to mention that we haven't talked about?
I think we pretty well covered it.
Okay, I hope that you and the mimes get along okay. That sounded frightening, really.
Hey, yeah, it was. It was. The silence was deafening.
Thank you, Logan.
Have a good one, guys.
All right. News is next.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Former President Trump's second impeachment trial begins in the Senate today. CBS's Nicole Killian.
This trial is expected to move relatively quickly, with both sides getting about 2 days to present their case, and then they'll likely work through part of the weekend. I'm told the former president is expected to watch a good chunk of the trial.
He's accused of inciting the riot at the Capitol in a speech beforehand. And investigations underway into a hack at Pinellas County, Florida water plant. Tech reporter Dan Patterson.
It doesn't take a really complex nation-state attacker to get into something that is really important for day-to-day life.
The hacker increased levels of lye for about 5 minutes. Some people are skipping second doses of COVID vaccines, afraid of reactions. Tennessee doctor Aaron Millstone.
Patients look at that and say, gosh, I didn't have any side effects with the first. Why take the chance for the second?
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Here was a look at state news. I'm Gavin Higgins. At a special emergency meeting this week, the Kearney City Council will consider dropping the city's mandatory mask requirement. The city passed the mask mandate in November. Since then, according to city documents, the city physician has reported steadily decreasing numbers of COVID-19 cases in the community. The emergency ordinance, drafted at the request of City Councilman Randy Bushcutter, will be the lone item on the agenda of a special council meeting this afternoon at 4:30. If passed, the requirement that people wear masks indoors in Kearney buildings would end as of Thursday, February 11th. A former Gehring teacher will serve time in prison after having his charges amended as a result of a plea agreement. Zachary Bonas was sentenced to 1 year in prison during a court hearing Thursday of last week in Scottsbluff County. He pled no contest to charges of disturbing the peace and committing negligent child abuse. Both are misdemeanors. He was originally charged with attempted possession of child pornography and knowingly and intentionally committing child abuse, both felonies, as well as debauching a minor, a misdemeanor. As part of the plea agreement, prosecutors dropped the attempted possession charge and amended the two other charges. Bonas was arrested in January 2020 after a Nebraska State Patrol investigation reported Bonas had requested a sexting relationship from a student through the use of social media app Snapchat in October 2019. The number of people getting vaccinated for the coronavirus increased nearly 5% last week in Nebraska. State officials said 48,982 doses of the vaccine were administered last week, up from the 46,806 doses the week before. The state is working to speed up distribution of the vaccines. So far, about 4.6% of the state's population has received both required doses of a vaccine. Nebraska said Monday that it had administered 232,896 doses of the vaccines. Across the state, local health departments have begun vaccinating people 65 and older and some essential workers in the second phase of the campaign. Healthcare workers and residents of long-term care facilities were the first to get the shots.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
Checking the night in the NBA, the Lakers topped the Thunder 119-112. LeBron James had a triple-double in the win for L.A., 28 points, 14 rebounds, 12 assists. Lakers are 19-6. They're a half game back of Utah for the top record in the league. Bucks beat the Nuggets 125-112 despite Nikola Jokic going for 35 points for Denver. Spurs over the Warriors 105-100. Suns get 35 points from Devin Booker in a 119-113 win over the Cavaliers. Hornets took down the Rockets 119-94. Wizards behind 35 points from Bradley Beal beat the Bulls 105-101. Mavericks topped the Timberwolves 127-122, and the Raptors beat the Grizzlies 128-113. College basketball, 3 ranked teams in action. 2 of them won, including number 1 Gonzaga. Bulldogs are 19-0. They've won 23 in a row dating back to last year after an 82-71 win over BYU. Number 4 Ohio State took down Maryland 73-65, while Kansas knocked off number 23 Oklahoma State 78-66.
Here's your weatherology forecast. For today, wind chill advisory in effect early on. We'll have mostly cloudy skies, reaching a high of 9 above zero, with our wind chills to 30 below. Then for tonight, a slight chance for some light snow showers, a low of 9 below zero. On your Wednesday, still can't rule out a slight chance for some light snow, a high of 8 degrees. And into your Thursday, chance for some snow showers, high of 7 above zero. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Carroll.
The Tumbleweed Cafe in Broken Bow invites you and your sweetheart to join them on Valentine's Day. They'll be serving prime rib and jumbo shrimp dinner with a choice of potato, salad bar, and dessert starting at 5 on Valentine's night. Your Valentine will love a delicious home-cooked meal at the Tumbleweed Cafe. Open Valentine's night, the Tumbleweed Cafe on East Highway 2 in Broken Bow. Take your sweetheart to enjoy an amazing prime rib and jumbo shrimp dinner for Valentine's.
806, 18 below zero, mostly clear. Winds beginning to pick up just a little bit out of the north now, so that's bringing the wind chill down to about 25 to 30 below zero. So dress warmly, make sure you have your skin covered out there, and just be real careful. Barometric pressures at 30.24 and rising, humidity at 80%. High temperature yesterday was 5 above, overnight low of our current temperature of 18 below. 3,700 precipitation for the month. All that said, Brent, I heard rumors around town, actually around the county, that there's actually some baseball drills and practices going on at the American Legion level. Do you believe that?
I do. I do believe it. I believe that they're probably mostly being done indoors, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know one guy that you know that's probably more giddy and happy about that than anybody in the county. Would you like to introduce him?
Well, sure. We've got Jeff Denson, I believe, on the line with Team Physical Therapy. Morning, Jeff.
Good morning. How are you?
Good.
Is it true?
Yeah. We have started 1 day a week of just hitting and throwing. We were fortunate to let the school let us put in 2 indoor cages above the weight room.
Oh, wow.
That'll be kind of co-used for baseball and softball and golf. And in the old wrestling deck, since the junior high used that, and that season's over with. So, yeah, we've started.
Oh, boy. Well, you know what? We're going to get through the next week or two of this really cold weather, and then we'll be able to get our head around the fact that, yes, spring training is getting ready to take place, if it hasn't already, for the professionals, and early start for sports is a good thing. So, thanks for updating us on that. With that,
and I did want to mention, just on that same line, we have started registration already for all baseball, softball, spirit softball, and then t-ball and coach pitch. So if you have a child that's wanting to get signed up for any level, go to our Facebook page, DYO Facebook page, or Google Custer County DYO, and there'll be a tab you can click on for sign up. And you can pay online, and then we'll shift you to the proper coaches and teams with the software that we have that's able to take payment for that. So for South Central Nebraska Baseball League, which is the league that the boys for 10U, 12U, and 14U play in, we'd like to get people signed up by March 1st. For the 14, 16, and 18, and I believe 12U for Spirit Softball, they'd like to get you signed up by March 1st also. And then we'll shoot for T-ball and coach pitch ages, which would be everything under 10, or basically under 8, by April 15th. So, and the sooner you get signed up, the better we'll know for numbers and jerseys and coaches, finding out all the coaches for those younger teams. So the time is now to get signed up.
It's always important to have baseball and softball for the young ladies and young boys out there, and then all the way through the Legion program. And recalling back to last year, and Brent to jump in here, we didn't know whether you guys were going to be able to pull off baseball last year. Yeah. And when you did, even though it was changed a little bit, it was such a bright spot for the summer because of the situation that we were under. And this year, maybe more importantly than usual, Jeff, would be getting those kids out there and getting them involved in a summer activity they can have fun with. And you're outside. It's pretty darn safe to be outside on a baseball field. So I hope a lot of people will take advantage of you guys' efforts to make it available.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great activity for the kids that lost their spring last year, and obviously we got some of the baseball going, but not all of it yet last year, and we want to restart that for sure. T-ball and coach pitch, and we've kind of set a coordinator for that, and we're hoping we can get that restarted with full effort, because you just don't want to lose the numbers around here for the momentum that's been built for the Spirit and the Legion program, and want to keep feeding that with younger kids. So we're hoping to get that restarted as soon as possible.
Very good. And the young kids, even if they just play ball for a few years, it's such a healthy thing for them to do in the summertime. So we appreciate it. So we're in this cold weather. We've been talking about being careful out there with the snow on the ground, and we, even when it's only 5 degrees above zero, Jeff, we get a little bit of a melt during the day, and then we get slick spots, and I know that concerns you.
Yeah, absolutely. I've had a number of patients in the last week that were due to falls, and there's hardly any good way to fall, but if you can keep it from an outstretched arm, obviously for our perspective, the biggest thing is protecting your head. So making sure you're tucked and protect that head, because that's we can't fix that structure. So everything else is fixable. So, and just be careful. It's just flat dangerous outside currently. So just be careful.
Yeah, and team physical therapy, I know you pride yourself on, if somebody does have a little accident, or maybe even just tweak a knee, or the back's hurting after doing this scooping 2 or 3 times, the way this weather's been coming, I know that you're open to folks coming in, walking in, and asking about getting some care.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're very well staffed, pretty much full time at both Broken Bow and Callaway, and would love to see you come in and we'll get you right in. Kearney, we're well staffed to do the same. We're more open for outpatient on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for for Burwell and Gothenburg. But those days we can get you right in. So, it's if you need treatment and you find yourself finally in town, and call us ahead of time if you can, and if you can't, just come on in.
Okay.
We'll work in.
All right. I'm going to turn things over to Brent, because I know that we have a lot of sports left in the winter sports season. We got wrestling coming to its pinnacle of the year, basketball. It's an exciting time of year, but there's always a little bit of injury situation that goes along with sports, no matter what they are. And here's Brent to ask you any questions about any of the athletes out there, or how maybe they can prevent some problems from developing here before we end this winter sports season. Here's Brent.
Jeff, I have a question that is not sports related first, though, if you don't mind. With these bitter cold temperatures, do you have any advice for people who, I mean, let's face it, a lot of our folks still have to work outside in these bitter cold temperatures, and the body isn't as loose usually when you go out in 18 below weather as opposed to 80-degree weather. Do you have any tips on people to maybe get the body limbered up or whatever if they have to go outside and work in these conditions?
Yeah, I think probably if you're having to be outside, obviously protection of extremities first, feet and hands and face. But when you're done outside, you're going to feel a chill. Just get warmed back up, and then do some stretching right after. If you've been out, especially if you're constantly out working with the shovel. I mean, the key thing is to get your back into a better extension. Maybe doing some prone press-ups where you're just arching your back over backwards on your stomach. It's just get that back moving again after you've been kind of hunched over doing things, lifting. So it's basically just change of posture. And get whatever way you've been stuck in, like if you're sitting for a long period of time, just get yourself stretched back up and warmed back up. That's the key. So.
As we kind of go to the high school sports side of things now, the regular season's starting to wind down with basketball and wrestling, and now we're going to be going into the postseason with districts and sub-districts and state. What have you guys seen in regards to the high school sports season? Have you had to deal with a number of injuries, severe ones, whether it be knees or whatever, or has it just kind of been more of the just kind of normal aches and pains type of thing?
Yeah, so we've had a few knee injuries that were not severe this season. I know through the broken bow programs, most of them were just hyperextension, running into somebody and getting hyperextended. And we've been very, very fortunate, and we continue that way. The wrestlers this season compared to last season are tremendously healthier heading into the district time, so we're really excited about that. And locally, normal ankle sprains and stuff with basketball, but been pretty fortunate so far.
Yeah, I remember
and I'd really attribute that to I think we really have. I don't know if you've watched some of our local athletes around. The weight training programs that they're doing are phenomenal and are the key to injury prevention. So we're seeing some good benefits of that, I think.
Yeah, I was. It's interesting you bring that up because that's kind of where my mind was going. I remember talking to you back in March of last year when we were having to shut down the weight programs because of the COVID situation. But, boy, it just seems like the area athletes and then the area coaches and those who work with the weight program and everything really did a great job of bringing the kids through that time, then getting them back on the weights coming into the fall and continuing that through the winter, don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I think most weight programs are currently in just probably a less mass building for basketball and wrestling. And they're more just injury prevention stuff, just lots of high repetition stuff. As I've talked to our weight coaches, that's what they're currently doing. So it's exciting because I think it really does prevent those injuries. Just keeps muscles stronger to be able to handle the force. So
yeah. So what else going on with team physical therapy did you want to mention here this morning, Jeff?
I think that's about it. I just want everybody to be safe out there on the ice, and we're excited and hopefully have some great postseason results here for all the local teams. And it's a fun time of year. Time for you to go to work.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit busy. I'll probably see you at a venue or two down the road.
Multiple.
All right, Jeff. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Jeff Denson, he heads up team physical therapy, and they have a location near you, go to their website. By the way, they have lots of information there about the centers closest to you and some of the things we talked about this morning. Look forward to having them back on the air again very, very soon. Well, we mentioned earlier that this day is the anniversary of the first performance of the Beatles 60 years ago today. A lot of times you would think that would be at the Ed Sullivan Show, but as we mentioned, they performed as a group for 3 or 4 years before that. The five lads walked into Liverpool's Cavern Club and played there as the Beatles for the first time 60 years ago today. And those included John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Stuart Sutcliffe, and Pete Best. They were the original band before Ringo joined the band. And the Underground Club was so hard to book at that time, Pete Best's mom had to beg the owner for stage time, so they ended up playing during lunch. The Beatles would go on to perform there at the Cavern 300 more times.
Wow.
And that was before you ever heard of them when they hit America.
If I fell in love with you, would you promise to be true?
For life, celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free. Just text TRY to 64,000 to start learning a new language today. That's TRY to 64,000.
Is your New Year's resolution for 2021 to focus on your financial goals? Then Bruning Bank has your back. Get custom notifications with our new alerts feature. Simply sign in to your online banking to customize the alerts that suit your needs and choose how you would prefer to receive them. It's that easy. The Bruning Bank mobile app now features Credit Sense to help you monitor your credit score as well. And with the addition of Zelle, it's never been easier to send and receive money between family and friends. Call today or visit bruningbank.com for more information. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
For those 62 years of age and for those that are handicapped or disabled regardless of their age, the Grand Generation Manor in Callaway has affordable housing available. An equal housing opportunity provider and employer. They're located at 200 South Grand Avenue in Callaway. The Grand Generation Manor.
Having computer problems? Don't take it out on your computer equipment. Call Mark Phillips with Central IT in Broken Bow, 872-6600. He offers computer sales, repair, and on-site service. Is your computer slow or infected with a virus? Mark can clean it up. Whether it's a home system or the networking of an office, Central IT is ready to help. From custom builds to individual IT products, Central IT in Broken Bow, 872-6600. Call Mark at 872-6600 for Central IT.
Yet to come, we expect a call from Mark Stock this morning with Big Iron Auction Company. A little bit later on this hour, we're going to be visiting with Chris Smith of Palmer Monument for their winter sale that they continue to offer you. And we'll find out more about that. Also, before the show is over today, and we will not forget, we will be giving away a $25 gift card from Triple Blessed Boutique. And that will be later on in the show today during our Love Local promotion. And tomorrow we'll be giving away a card to Bow Family Furniture for $25. And as we continue to give away $25 each and every day to one of our local businesses to encourage you to stop and shop your local shops so that you can leave a little money with your friends and neighbors and go see them a little bit later on and help them prosper. That's what it's all about, working with one another to grow. Now, I noticed an email here from Jeff Bailey. Some changes in the Husker sports schedule this week. We will still have basketball like we promised, but it's switching days on us, it looks like. I don't know what's all going on.
I guess, yeah. It was news to me when I walked in this morning.
Husker men's basketball, as they take on Wisconsin, has now been moved to Wednesday night on the Thunderbird, airtime 7:30, game time 8 o'clock. And then Husker women's basketball, taking on Iowa, now moved to Thursday, same time, airtime 6:45. And we'll have Husker women's basketball on Sunday as they take on Maryland, airtime 3:45, game time 4 o'clock for you fans who like to listen to the Huskers on the radio. Now tonight, inside the warm confines of gymnasiums, if I can spit that out, our sports teams will be out and about.
We'll be at the Indian Gym in Broken Bow tonight. Broken Bow Ord, girls and boys basketball. You can listen to them on KCNI Radio. Girls game tips at 6. And then on KBBN, we'll be in Ansley, where Ansley Litchfield will host Arcadia Loop City. Those games will tip at 6. They're on KBBN. And also the games from Ansley will be on a live video stream as well.
All right, as we continue celebrating the arrival of the Beatles on the Ed Sullivan Show 60 years ago today. That does not seem possible. Paul McCartney just put out a brand new album this year that he created in his studio in his home, and he played every instrument and did all the background vocals and the lead singing. And I've seen the video of that where he plays bass guitar, lead guitar, keyboard, drums, sings, and does his own background vocals and puts it all together. It's really pretty good. Back in the day, though, when they did this one, they didn't have just a little bit of overdubbing to work with. This one's called Twist and Shout.
Square in Broken Bow.
Mamma mia! Godfather's Pizza inside Gary's Superfoods has a special deal going on right now. Get a large one-topping pizza for just $8.99. If you haven't tried Godfather's Pizza in Broken Bow yet, now is a great time to. $8.99 large pizzas from Godfather's inside Gary's Superfoods. Don't forget they deliver. Call your order into 872-0091 or 872-0092. That's 872-0091 or 872-0092 for Godfather's Pizza at Gary's Superfoods in Broken Bow.
Hi, this is Terry at Off-Broadway Assisted and Independent Living in Broken Bow. Make sure you check out our user-friendly website, offbroadwayapartments.com, featuring a new virtual tour that is about 3 minutes long with a voiceover. You can even connect with our residents by sending them a card. Just call us for more details, 308-872-2522. You can also check us out on Facebook, Off-Broadway, Exceptional Assisted and Independent Living in Broken Bow.
Even though it's not outdoor planting time, the Garden Center always has products that are great to have available year-round. Mulch not staying put? Refresh your beds with mulch from the Garden Center. And for indoor plants, they have potting soil. Succulents are great for inside, and they have them as well as decorations to brighten your home and make it feel alive. Visit them at the Garden Center, 1 block south off Highway 2, Tuesday to Friday, 10 to 5:30, and Saturday, 10 until 2. Just turn by the Tumbleweed Cafe.
8:32 is your time. Still hovering around that 17 below figure, 17, 18 below. That means your wind chill's well below 20 below, probably more like 25 or so. So be careful out there. You can warm up with lots of different things. We just heard from Gary Superfoods about their pizza. This is National Pizza Day.
Mamma mia!
There you go. What do you think is the most popular topping for a pizza?
Oh. Well, I guess I would probably say my guess would be pepperoni.
That is exactly right. Yeah. The most popular topping is pepperoni. Now, here's a figure that might blow your mind just a little bit. Each year, more than 30 billion pizzas, 30 billion with a B, are sold in the United States alone, not including the 1 billion frozen pizzas. So there's 4 billion pizzas eaten each year in the United States of America. And, of course, it was all brought over to us from immigrants back in the 1800s. The first American pizzeria opened in New York City in 1895, and watching sports hasn't been the same since then. Day Tripper, the Beatles, on the Get Up and Go breakfast shows. We celebrate their arrival 60 years ago today. Want to thank Viero Wireless. That's a tough one sometimes.
Yeah.
To thank them for helping us out, sponsoring the breakfast show, helping co-sponsor it with all of our other businesses, and, of course, helping us with our live streaming out on the road doing ball games. And they will be helping us tonight, as a matter of fact, as Brent mentioned earlier. If you would like to know more about how they can help you, stop into the store in Broken Bow Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. Also have locations in Ord, Lexington, and North Platte, Kearney. I know they have one up at Valentine as well. And check, they're kind of all over the state, all over 6 states here in the Midwest. Their national number is 877-484-2376. The local number here at Broken Bow is 308-872-1535. Find out how Viero Wireless can provide you quality services with a plan to fit your needs and budget. And be sure, if you have students, ask them about their special plans for students to help them stay connected with their schools, doing their homework and extra activities that they're sent home with these days to finish up from classes. Very, very important. Let's talk Ansley Lumber. I just got to tell you, if you have to go down there and purchase all the materials to build a house at Ansley Lumber, they'll treat you right. But I got to tell you, the hoodie sweatshirt that you get, probably with a big buy like that, oh my goodness! I slept in mine last night.
Did you?
Oh, it's so warm and fuzzy inside.
I'm guessing they sell them too.
They would probably sell them. And I'm just going to speak for Heidi just for a moment. If you buy all the materials to build your house, they'll get you a sweatshirt.
Oh,
they'll
wow.
get you a hoodie. I'm
will?
pretty sure they will.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. Or, you know, a whole bunch of fencing materials. I don't know. If you're a good customer, you'll probably get, one, or you can, as you say, purchase one. But trust me, they're so warm inside.
Yeah.
And the hood is nice to have outside in this kind of weather.
It is. Gloves, too?
Yes, gloves.
Hats.
Hats.
There you go. Hey, they got everything you're going to need, folks, at Ansley Lumber, from ice melt on, on the driveways to ice and water guard for shingles. They have all the essentials. Also have tank heaters and muck boots. Those are nice this time of year, the muck boots. Stock tanks to shingles, fence posts, and gloves that we talked about. Many window and cabinet suppliers available, and as always, they carry that premium lumber. You can get it delivered, too, and don't forget about their blow-in insulation machine. This might be a good time to make sure that the insulation is adequate in your home and building. Super quiet and easy to use, comes with a trailer to haul to the site. If you purchase the insulation through Ansley Lumber, you get to use the blow-in insulation machine. So find out more by stopping in to Ansley Lumber and Supply, Main Street, Ansley, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5:30. Also open on Saturday from 8 until noon.
All right, it's 8:39. We suspect that Mark Stock's phone is probably frozen this morning and unable to dial. So we did not hear from Mark. And sometimes, just to tell you the truth, he calls in early. And I hope I didn't miss him this morning while I was doing the news or something. But we will probably not have Mark on. We'll try to get him on next week with Big Iron Auction Company. Go to their website, though, and check it out. And look and see what auctions they have coming up, because they always have them coming up, and they post everything ahead. And I know Mark would appreciate you taking a look, because they oftentimes have local people who are selling things right here in our own area that you could probably capitalize on. So check it out, bigironauction.com, and they'll be back hopefully next week to talk to us. Order your conservation trees today. Whether for a livestock windbreak, farmstead windbreak, or field windbreak, conservation trees benefit people, animals, and our environment. Trees help with soil moisture retention, increase crop yields, reduce erosion, and protect lanes of travel, and much more. For more information on available species, call the Lower Loop NRD at 308-728-3221 or visit llnrd.org.
Geared for Sports has great gift ideas for your Valentine. Shop with them right now and save 20% off anything red in the store, just excluding GCI rockers and stadium chairs. It's that time of year to gear up for track, baseball, and softball, whether you're an athlete or a fan. Remember, if they don't have it, talk to Scott and he'll try to get it for you. Geared for Sports is a Chamber Love Local participant too, so shop with them now to get entered for the grand prize. Geared for Sports on the Square in Broken Bow.
Don't let winter weather and the fear of falling keep you stranded for the season. Poor balance doesn't have to be a consequence of aging. Pearson Physical Therapy has been helping their patients stay on their feet and take back their independence through individualized balance training programs. Reduce your chance for falls and regain your confidence this winter by calling 872-5800 for a free fall risk assessment from Pearson Physical Therapy, offering clinic, home, and telemedicine visits. Don't fall, give Pearson's a call at 872-5800.
The Callaway Good Life Center offers a facility with the comforts of home. Services include skilled nursing care, long-term care, respite care, and more. Callaway Good Life Center is a great place to work, offering competitive wages. Call 836-2267 for more information.
842, we'll be making contact with Chris Smith here in just a moment or two with Palmer Monument to talk about their winter sale and more. And Gavin is here, our news guy, and
Gavin's here?
Yeah.
Oh, Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia.
He just got his hair cut, and it's 18 below zero this morning. I think that was a bad timing, Gavin, Higgy baby.
I like it. It looks good.
Well, Becky Daly would rather have it long, so I'm wearing mine long because she's blue-eyed Becky, and I don't mess with her. Good morning, by the way, to Jack Holt, who checked in with us on the chat box. And Tina, how you doing? Happy 7th birthday to Eric Gillette, she says.
Oh.
Happy birthday. All right, one more Beatles song, and then we'll get a hold of Chris Smith and find out about the winter sale. This one also from that same time period early on, their very first albums that you heard. Also songs like Honey Don't, which Ringo Starr performed his vocals. He liked those kind of things. I Saw Her Standing There, Birthday, that was a little later on. One called Money was a very early hit on their early albums.
Can we play Yellow Submarine?
I would. We don't happen to have that one in the playlist.
Don't?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a fun one with Ringo as well. Yeah. He liked the fun little songs. And he's still putting out music as well. 2 remaining Beatles still performing, at least recording. This was one that they did real early on.
You'll never know how much I really love you.
Paul McCartney on vocals there. Do you want to know a secret for you folks who grew up during that period of time? I'm sure you can sing every word. It just snaps back when you hear them. Well, we have a gentleman, and I do mean a gentleman, on the line who's traveling to Sterling, Colorado, and taken the time to stop along the highway this morning to visit with us. Isn't that nice?
That is very nice.
His name is Chris Smith, and he heads up Palmer Monument. Good morning, Chris. How you doing?
Hey, good morning, guys. Sounds like Drew's rubbing off on you guys a little bit. So if you're using the word gentleman.
Yes.
Well, can't hurt, Chris.
Well, unlike Drew though, I think he lies when he talks to us as gentlemen. But with you, Chris, we're not lying. You are a gentleman.
Well, I appreciate that very much. So. You guys are pretty good yourselves.
Thank you. We're worried about you. You're out on the highway. You've got your good running car and so forth, so you're not going to get stalled anywhere, I hope.
No. My Suburban, I got it there at Gateway Motors, so they, always have good vehicles there, and then we continue to get it serviced and taken care of. So it's always in tip-top shape for us, and we're having to drive around the state and call on some of our other stores.
The only downside, I would imagine, is all the popcorn hulls in the back of your Suburban that Thomas McCaslin.
There's a few.
Yeah, he leaves a lot of popcorn scraps, but it's worth the deal you get. You know what?
Very, very true. So very true.
Let's talk about deals that you're making with customers out there, clients that you're making good relationships with on, making plans for burial services and that sort of thing with families. A lot of people are doing that themselves to spare their loved ones that duty later on. How's the sale going?
It's going really well. I was kind of looking back at our last year and just kind of seeing what we did. We had an excellent year in the company, and it looks like we helped just over 4,300 families with some sort of memorial service, whether that be purchasing a stone for, a pre-need, such as our sale that's going on now, where people are just trying to get things in line and in place, or somebody who had a need, or maybe putting a final date of death on a stone for somebody, or even doing some setting work. So last year was a great year, and January looks to be maybe a little bit ahead of last January. So we're kind of anticipating that we'll continue to see, this trend, maybe some growth as the baby boomers are starting to come to that time in their life where they're trying to pre-plan some things.
Sure.
So right now is kind of our sale that we do that. It runs in January and February. And we've worked with some of our manufacturers to try to get some additional rebates. Everything we have in our showroom is at least 10% off our suggested retail price. And then we can get savings up to another $175 off, kind of depending on your price point with some of these manufacturers, and just kind of turn these rebates in, and then we get that back on our invoices and things like that. So it's kind of a win-win for everybody that we can offer these discounts out, and folks can come in now and see what's out there and save a little money. One thing to note is kind of different. We're still running off prices from 2019. So we did not have a price increase last year, but we have, due to some things in the industry, there's kind of a shortage in granite supply with the increased need due to the pandemic and people pre-planning. Their labor costs are going up from our suppliers. So they have passed on some price increases this year. So starting March 15th, there will be an increase of about 5% on our products. So really right now in the month of February is the time that people need to get in. They can still work off of 2019 prices. They can still take advantage of this rebate that we can turn in and save some money and get things taken care of before things are just inevitable and the prices will go up.
Right. Can we talk a little bit? I know you're on the road, so we don't want to hold you up too long, but I think it's worth. I think it's worth mentioning, Chris. You're saving. You're trying to save folks out there some money while you can. You're also offering beautiful pieces of work. What they ask for, you try your very best to create for them. We've talked about that before. But you also, and speaking from personal experience, I always want to bring this up. You're not just going out and buying a product. You're buying something that is going to be, looked at and used to remember a loved one for hopefully a long, long time. So it's a very important thing, and it's a little bit emotional. In fact, for some, it's real emotional. But you guys, I hate to put it this way, but actually make it an enjoyable experience to sit down and figure out what everybody wants and what people are going to be happy with to go look at on Memorial Day or any time for that matter. So it's important that you're saving money, probably more important that you're making people's something that they're probably not looking forward to, A-okay.
Well, yeah, we just try to make it kind of an educational experience. So, we've never been about how much the memorial costs. So, we don't care if your budget's $400 or $40,000. Our big thing is just saying, hey, this is what's out here. These are kind of the things that you can do. These are the types of granites that you can use. We'll do whatever, and we'll try to either hit your budget, or if that's not a concern, we'll try to just create whatever wild memorial that you have. You kind of touched on it. You're working through memories, and my kind of thought process is that we're putting your memories into stone, so that way it can be here forever and ever. So we've had families walk in this year with some really unique ideas, and we're trying to come up with ways to maybe add other mediums besides just stone. We've got some glass that's going into some products. We work with bronze, pewter, things like that to have accents in the memorials. We can do simple things to try to, jazz up that stone just a little bit if you're looking for a different look. Not only can you change the shape, but sometimes we can add different textures. We've got some starbursting that we can do. They've got some flame finishes where they actually take basically a blowtorch to it and will make the surface of things pop. And gives it kind of a little heavier than a matte finish, but kind of that leathery look to it. So there's a ton of things we can do to try to work for folks, so that way we can come up with just exactly what they're envisioning and try to memorialize themselves and put that memory, in stone form.
Well, beyond that, too, we talked about this before with the digital age in full bloom and more to come. I was just thinking, I don't want to creep Brent out, but I could just see a stone of, say, somebody walking up in 2090 and looking at the stone for Brent Apperson, and they push a little button, and there he is calling a ball game right on the stone. Now, that sounds a little bit out of this world, but that's becoming possible, if not possible already, right?
Yeah, we've got some technology that gets pretty close, and we have talked about that. We've got some like radio frequencies that can be inlaid into some like pictures and things like that we attach to the stones. So yeah, you can walk up with your telephone just like you've seen people do with a QR code or something like that. You can just walk up to that picture, see that little picture of Brent, and then depending on how well it's pre-planned, you can either have, radio clips in there to see that, or pictures, or maybe if, we captured some of that video when he's calling the volleyball games and things like that, you can have all that play right there on your phone just from that little picture that we put on your stone.
Well, it'd be nice if he would, if we knew that this was going to be done later on, it would be nice if he'd shaved before he went to the ball game, don't you think?
Well, that could be. So there is a reason why, some faces are made for radio.
That's right. You're right, partner. Hey, Chris, just talk a little bit about the way pre-planning has really evolved in your business. And I'm sure that one of the big reasons it has is just for peace of mind.
Yeah, that's a very true statement. When my dad and his partner bought the place back in 1970, that really became a pretty big focus of theirs. That was something that, maybe wasn't being done by a lot of monument companies. You just kind of waited until somebody passed away, and then you would literally knock on the door of the surviving spouse and come in with a briefcase and show them some pictures and try to sell them a monument, which we still do business that way today, but sometimes that can be a little emotional or a little awkward, and people are kind of wanting to know what you're doing standing there on the doorstep. So with our retail locations, we figured out that, people would come in and they wanted to see monuments in different styles and shapes and, figure out different budgets and things like that. So they really started kind of focusing on targeting towards that pre-need. And in the probably late 70s, early 80s, is when they really started putting this sale together and trying to, give people a reason to come in and shop. So it's just a part of our business, and we've continued to grow it. I think back 16 years ago when I came back into the business, probably 40 to 50% of our customers were people who pre-planned. We tracked one year just from obituaries, like in the Custer County Chief, and they were at a point there where if there were 10 services that were listed in the paper, eight of them already had a monument. So that's just become bigger and bigger, and I'm going to say company-wide, we're probably at about a 60 to 65% of the people that buy now are just people pre-planning and getting things done ahead of time, and maybe locally in the Broken Bow area where we've been pushing it a little bit longer and people are a little more familiar with our sales, we may be running in that 80 to 85% of people just taking care of it before they would ever need it.
Well, that's a great option to have all of that available, however people are comfortable with it. But again, as we started this segment of the show, Chris, I think a lot of it is we would like to take care of it so the folks who are left behind to enjoy the rest of their lives don't have to, deal with that duty and can do, remembrance of their family members that they've lost without going through that. That's just kind of our gift to the people that, that we love and care about. So it's a big deal. It's a great service. You are spread all over the country now, all over the Midwest, heading out to Sterling, Colorado today to take care of some things out there. So the growth has been phenomenal, but it's that concept that you're talking about is, in our minds, I think the reason for the growth.
Yeah. And one reminder just before we kind of finish up here on things is, we cover all the way from basically Omaha to Denver and from Mount Rushmore down to the Oklahoma Panhandle. So we can cover most every place. There's a few pockets we don't cover. But we do try to make it easy. We do realize that, it's cold out here. Our customer is sometimes a little older, and they, don't like to get out in the snow or on the ice and things like that. We can also help a lot of people over the phone, through email. If somebody wants to video conference, we can figure out that. Some of our offices do that pretty regularly. So, if folks are just wanting to get an idea, get started, or get something kind of booked in before the price increase in March, and we don't know when this cold snap's going to end, feel free to call our office, and we'll get everything started and get things rolling that way. So we do that all the time, and whatever is the most convenient, most comfortable way for an individual is the way we'd like to help them.
All right, Chris, thanks so much. Travel safely.
Okay, I'll try to do that.
All right, appreciate it.
All right, get it, guys. Thank you very much.
Chris Smith, Palmer Monument, headed to Sterling, Colorado. They go clear down to Oklahoma, over to Omaha, Denver, as you heard. But right here is the heartbeat. This is kind of the beginning of it all when Chris's dad and a partner bought in 1970. It's a great story. All right, news is next here on this Tuesday.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Former President Trump becomes the first in history to be tried twice for impeachment. CBS's Stacey Lynn says proceedings begin today.
The trial will kick off this afternoon with a 4-hour debate and vote on whether the proceedings are constitutional. To accommodate social distancing, there will be seats reserved for senators so they don't have to sit at their desk on the Senate floor for the entire trial.
Mr. Trump is accused of inciting supporters who attacked the Capitol. After inspections in Wuhan, WHO scientists believe an animal spread COVID-19 to humans. Investigator Rick Mbarek.
The findings suggest that the laboratory hypothesis is extremely unlikely.
A variant first detected in the UK, expected to become the most common in the US in a matter of weeks. Good news for Java lovers. CBS's Jim Krasula.
An analysis of 3 large studies has found drinking 1 or more cups of caffeinated coffee a day was associated with less of a risk of heart failure.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, Here's Isaac Lowenkron.
Former longtime NFL head coach Marty Schottenheimer passed away on Monday at the age of 77 after a long battle with Alzheimer's disease. Schottenheimer was an NFL head coach for 21 seasons with the Browns, Chiefs, Washington, and the Chargers. Ian Rappaport reports that Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes will undergo surgery tomorrow to repair his turf toe injury. The rehab will be several months, but he's expected to make a full recovery. The ratings are in for Super Bowl 55. 96.4 million viewers tuned in across all platforms, the lowest number of viewers in 14 years and down 8% from last year. And in the NBA on Monday night, the Los Angeles Lakers defeated the Oklahoma City Thunder in overtime 119-112. They were without Anthony Davis because of a right Achilles injury, but LeBron James came through with a triple-double.
Here's your weatherology forecast. For today, a wind chill advisory in effect early on. We'll have mostly cloudy skies reaching a high of 9 above zero, with our wind chills to 30 below. Then for tonight, a slight chance for some light snow showers, a low of 9 below zero. On your Wednesday, still can't rule out a slight chance for some light snow, a high of 8 degrees. And into your Thursday, chance for some snow showers, high of 7 above zero. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Carroll.
News and weather was brought to you today by Custer Electric and Irrigation in Broken Bow. Spring is near, and Custer Electric and Irrigation is already gearing up for all things pivots. The books have begun filling up with the mild weather, so call today to replace old sprinkler packages or schedule your pivot inspections. Schedule a pivot inspection before March 1st and receive a discounted labor rate as well as a 10% discount on all replacement parts used. Lance follows a 47-point inspection process so you can feel confident in your pivot's performance as spring planting gets underway. Now through March 1st, enjoy 10% off all inventory. Stock up on gearboxes and center drives. Try that new FieldNet product you've been wanting. Or stock up on supplies for your next electrical job. All 10% off through March 1st. Interested in NF Trax tires or FieldNet products but not sure if you want to take the plunge? They have limited availability for farm demos, so hurry and claim your demo products today. For your one-stop shop, call them at 308-880-1507. Check them out on Facebook or at custerei.com. Custer Electric and Irrigation. Experience the difference.
Thank you, Custer Electric and Irrigation, for making weather and news available at the top of the 9 o'clock hour. It's 12 below zero now, coming up from 18 below. Sunshine out there. The winds are out of the west-northwest, 2 and 3 miles per hour, so your wind chills right at 15 to 20 below zero. Barometric pressure still rising at 30.25, humidity at 82%, and 37 hundredths precipitation measured so far this month. Today is the start of the NASCAR season. Kicks off today with the Busch Clash at Daytona. So for you stock car fans, it's underway. Daytona 500 just around the corner, and that's one of the big ones for the year. That's kind of the Super Bowl of stock car racing. Speaking of the Super Bowl, you just heard on the news here that this Super Bowl was way down for viewers, and Brett and I both agreed before the telecast that this would maybe be one of the most watched, but it just didn't happen that way, did it?
Doesn't sound like it. No, I guess not.
I cannot believe that. What are people doing? Getting out and breathing on one another?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I know they are in Florida from the pictures that we saw, which is not going to be hopefully too damaging, but wasn't a good thing. All right, let's talk a little bit about Central Nebraska Community Action Partnership. They're looking for some help, some good quality employees.
Looking for an infant toddler cook, 40 hours per week, year-round in Broken Bow. Starting pay for the position, $11.22 per hour. Individual will purchase food and prepare meals, complying with USDA requirements, be responsible for cleaning classroom, dishes, laundry, etc., and work minimal time in the classroom with children ages 6 weeks to 3 years old. For an application, you can contact CNCAP Human Resource Department at 308-745-0780. Their extension is 105. Also, CNCAP is looking for an infant toddler co-teacher. This is also a 40-hour per week year-round position in Broken Bow. Starting pay will be $11.22 to $12.24 per hour, depending on qualifications. This individual will work in a classroom with children ages 6 weeks to 3 years old, assisting the teacher with daily activities, planning activities, cleaning, and completing paperwork. Again, you can contact CNCAP Human Resource Department for more info at 308-745-0780, extension 105. You can also go online to apply for these positions by going to the website centralnebraskacap.com.
All right, thank you very much, Brent. Wouldn't a special cup of coffee be nice to give your sweetheart, maybe let's say on Friday or Saturday or even Monday, since Valentine's Day lands on a Sunday? Maybe something with a little, cream on top with a little cherry or something. I don't know, Valentine's Day.
Yes, a place where you can go and get a delicious drink or a wonderful gift for that sweetheart for Valentine's Day coming up would be Prairie Grounds Cafe and Gifts right here in Broken Bow. And here are their February featured drinks for the month. They're featuring the Cookies and Cream Frappe, hot chocolate with marshmallows. Got to have the marshmallows in hot chocolate, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
The Lovely Brave, amaretto, raspberry, half and half. Also the Scouts Macchiato, combination of coconut, vanilla, caramel, and mocha drizzle. And they're also featuring this month sugar-free dirty chai. Shopping inside is open. They do prefer that you wear masks, though, so put your mask on and go on inside and check out the gift selection that they have to offer at Prairie Grounds. Yeah, they can accommodate small parties as well. Just give Barb a call at 870-3333 to set that up. They're open Tuesday through Friday, 7:30 to 1, and open on Saturday from 8 to 1 at Prairie Grounds right here in Broken Bow.
Did you hear about the lady who mistakenly put Gorilla Glue in her hair?
That sounds terrible.
It was terrible. We'll find out more about it right after these words.
Everyone loves winter. Your car door is frozen shut, it takes 10 minutes to regain feeling in your extremities after going outside, and you just wiped out on a patch of ice. While Runza can't make it any warmer, we can bring you Temperature Tuesdays. Every Tuesday in January and February, the temp at 6 a.m. is the price you pay for an original Runza sandwich when you buy medium fries and a drink. Because Runza makes it all better.
Runza's Temperature Tuesday reading is 0. This means your original Runza sandwich is free today when you purchase a medium fry and medium drink. Today only at Runza.
Livia's Boutique in Ansley is your Valentine's headquarters, no matter who you're shopping for. Here's a list of just a few of the awesome gifts you can give. Balloons, caramel corn, chocolates, candles, his and her shave bars, soaps, colognes, stuffed animals, baby Newcombs, hair accessories, and Valentine cards. They have something for everyone, even grill seasoning for the grill master you know, or Bloody Mary mix for something different. Visit Livia's Boutique in downtown Ansley to shop for your Valentine.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/work. That's ZipRecruiter.com/work.
What can help you take advantage of today's low mortgage rates and save money? Rocket can. You could save hundreds of dollars every month by refinancing with Rocket Mortgage at today's near historic low rates. If your current rate is over 4%, you could lower your payment by over $150 a month, saving thousands in interest every year. Call us today at 833-8ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Savings are based on Quicken Loans, internal data. Rates and fees may apply. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS
I hate that when that happens. 10 past the hour of 9 o'clock.
I did not understand one word.
Makes no sense.
At the end of that ad.
That's so stupid. We do want to thank Kristen Shirley for the lovely Valentine decorations here in our studio that she hung up last week. She's back from her medical leave, spunkier than ever, and she's made our room look great. Thank you, Kristen Shirley. Well, I think some of you out there, I'm just guessing because I'm going to admit it, I've done it before. In the shower, accidentally grabbed the body soap instead of the shampoo and began washing my hair with it and realized it was not feeling quite right. Maybe that's happened to you. Maybe you put...
That's not a big deal, though.
No, not a real big deal, but there's a lot of lotion in that kind of makes your hair kind of slimy and greasy.
Oh.
But you can wash it out with the regular shampoo.
So you use body wash? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Well, when you have a muscular body like this, there's crevices you have to get. There's bumps and stuff you have to get.
Do you use one of those little scrubby deals where you put the body wash on and then wash off?
No, I do not. My wife uses one of those, but I don't.
Well, sure, yeah.
What do they call those? Scrubby dubs or something? There's a name for them.
I'm a bar soap guy.
No.
Bar soap, baby.
Bar soap don't wash off near as good as body soap.
It does.
Body soap is also a moisturizer, which this time of year is kind of important. Doesn't your skin get dry during the winter?
Yes.
Well, then why don't you use body soap, silly?
That's okay.
So anyway, do you put lotion on afterwards?
My favorite. Yes, I do actually.
Okay.
I got to tell this story.
Okay.
Growing up, we'd go to Grandpa and Grandma's house, and my mom's dad was he was a carpenter. He would go out and he was a missionary and would go out and build churches and everything. And so he'd come in and obviously get dirty.
Oh sure,
being a carpenter,
sawdust and dirt. Yeah,
but he always had down in the shower lava soap.
Oh, ouch!
Yeah, I never forget as a kid, man. First time I grabbed that soap, I'm like, ouch! This is terrible.
He probably used it to wash his hands before he used the other soap. Yeah. Well, this poor lady. Now, this is different because it doesn't sound like it was an accident, but this woman's. Well, on the internet, it's gone viral for doing her hair with Gorilla Glue. That's right.
Wanted to hold it in place, did she?
Well, she ran out of regular hairspray, so I didn't know there was a Gorilla Glue spray.
Oh, yeah?
But there is, and she tried to use it as a substitute for hairspray.
She did this on purpose?
Well, it doesn't read that she didn't. It just says it works too well. This woman in Louisiana did, and it went viral twice. Once for gluing her hair, and now for trying to get it out. She says she used the glue. Here, it does say that. I'm sorry. She says she used the glue spray by mistake.
Oh, okay. So it was a mistake.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
But she hasn't been able to get it out for 1 month now. The makers of Gorilla Glue suggested she soak her head in rubbing alcohol, which sounds a bit severe, and it didn't work, and it landed her in the hospital.
Yikes.
Yeah. So you can go online and see her hair, what it looks like sprayed with Gorilla Glue, and see what it looks like as she's tried to get it out. She might just consider getting out the clippers and buzzing it clear down. I mean, going to the core, going to the roots of the problem.
Think?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know if she'll ever get
That'd
it out.
be severe.
Now, here's a guy who knew what he was doing, but it sounds so dumb. You do things and then you get caught at it and you go, geez, that was embarrassing. That was dumb. A guy was caught flossing his teeth with both hands in a speeding Tesla car. This was up in Canada. Cops near Toronto pulled over a speeding Tesla that was clocked doing 135 miles an hour. Cops say they could tell the driver was using the autopilot in the Tesla, which they have, because his hands weren't on the wheel, and they said he was using both of his hands to floss his teeth instead. The driver's license has been suspended. No word on the freshness of his breath.
Well,
first of all, if you can afford a Tesla, you can probably go to the dentist and have them floss your teeth. If you really have to get down, with both hands while you're driving a car, go see a dentist. or maybe do it in the morning before you leave.
How fast was he going? 100?
135.
135. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, true story. 9:16 is the time here, and we want to tell you a little bit about one more job opportunity that we're aware of that you can take a look at on sandhillsexpress.com. A good job opportunity through Sargent Drilling.
Yeah, they're looking for help in accepting applications for full-time employment. They offer competitive wages, holiday and vacation pay, health insurance, and 401k. A good driving record is is required, and a CDL is preferred. You can apply in person at their office at West Highway 2 in Broken Bow, or give them a call at 872-5125. Sargent Drilling Company is an equal opportunity employer.
We'll no longer play Beatles. We celebrated their arrival, but they also sparked a lot of other bands after they got here, and a lot of garage bands. And that reminds us to remind you that on Saturday nights at 8 o'clock, Little Steven's Underground Garage, a 2-hour show each weekend, highlights garage bands from that time period, such as the Beatles and others, or the ones they have influenced. And he's real big on bands from Europe, Sweden, Norway, that are today's garage bands. That's at 8 o'clock almost every Saturday night, unless we have a sports overlay on the show, and then Jeff moves it to Sunday. It's a good show, 2 hours long. So
do you listen to that?
Sure, yeah.
Is Drew Carey on that?
He has lots of different actors and friends that go on the show with him.
All right.
Yeah.
I was just wondering because my wife and I have gotten into Celebrity Wheel of Fortune at night, and Drew Carey was on the show. I don't know, one of the episodes that's aired, and Pat Sajak asked him about being on Little Stevie's Underground Garage.
Yeah.
And I thought that was interesting since we air the show.
He has Ringo Starr on there a lot of different celebrities, both from music and movies. Yeah. And it's always a kind of a history lesson. And some of the music is really different because it is European, but he also dabbles in groups like this one called the Trogs.
When I said I watch Celebrity Wheel of Fortune.
Brent, I'm going to just be honest about it. I'm a little worried about you and Shelley. The shows
Well, first
that you're
off,
watching,
let me say I watch it more than Shelley does. I just threw her in there. Which she just loves, by the way.
How do you feel about that, Shelley? You threw you under the bus this morning. Yeah, I watch the Celebrity Wheel of Fortune and people with masks on their heads singing. And, I think you got to maybe get into a little more reality. Those shows.
Now, wait just a minute. What is wrong with watching Celebrity Wheel of Fortune? Wheel of Fortune is one of the staples of Americana, right?
My mother loves it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I sometimes watch it with her, but otherwise I wouldn't. It seems like a waste of time to me. But
it's an escape from reality.
Oh, you
can play.
You got that right.
You can play. you play along.
Boy, you just screwed up your Valentine's Day. You threw Shelley under the bus. Poor girl.
Now she's watched it. I watch it more, but
But
yeah, I just don't understand why in the world you rolled your eyes when I said I watched Celebrity Wheel of Fortune.
Okay, name me the 4 shows. You watch Wheel of Fortune.
I have, yeah.
What are some of the others?
I'm trying to think. I'll be honest. I just there's not really necessarily a show on now that I
The Voice?
faithfully watch. Don't really watch The Voice much anymore.
The Masked Voice?
I do watch The Masked Singer. Yes, I have watched The Masked Singer, and I'm not afraid to announce this.
Yeah.
I got into the show that followed that, called "Can I See Your Voice?"
Oh my God.
I'm serious. I like playing along. That show, Can I See Your Voice, man? I like that show because what they do, they bring people out and they all lip sync. Okay? Now some can sing, and I mean sing well. And then there's others that are like me and can't carry a tune to save their life. And so the contestant has to pick and guess, can this person sing or can't they? And then they have, of course, the celebrities that show up and give them advice and everything. I got into that show. I watched it, yes.
You watched
I'm not afraid to admit it.
Name that tune?
Nah, I'm not into that
That's
tune.
brand new, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they brought that back.
That's an old
They're
one.
doing a lot of that, bringing back, and I think it's because they're cheap to make. But they're bringing back a bunch of the old game shows.
Cheap to make, and the ratings are pretty high.
We do. Now, Shelley likes what we enjoy the new To Tell the Truth.
See, as you think about it, you guys, do you hold hands when you watch game shows?
Oh, heavens, no.
Oh, well, you
No,
should.
we
should.
We quit holding hands like 2 years into the marriage.
Well, go back to it. You guys spend enough time watching game shows, you could hold hands a lot.
Well, what else is there to watch on television? I mean, the shows that they come up with now are just, I don't know.
You can learn more about Hitler. That's what I do.
Oh, like the History Channel or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really I'm stuck on World War II. But I don't know why I like to watch the Hitler ones, because he was a methamphetamine jerk. But every time it comes on, and I can't go by it. So I guess I'm just as bad as you are. I don't think I'm going to get my wife to hold hands to watch Nazi Germany.
Yeah, probably not. I don't know. Well, anyway, I'm still hurt that you would roll your eyes because I watch Wheel of Fortune.
I know what shows you watch over the noon hour.
I watch The Rifleman. What's wrong with watching I watch a half hour of The Rifleman during my lunch hour. What's wrong with that?
It's not even real in the world today. I mean,
well, isn't that television? Television. There's a lot of television out there, Dave, that is non-fiction or that is fiction.
I realize that, but you've seen all the episodes.
Not of The Rifleman. I have of Andy Griffith. That's why.
I know that.
I was watching the Andy Griffith show. I've moved from that. Now I'm into Lucas McCain.
I like The Rifleman. I like to watch
Yeah.
it. I do.
I like Micah.
Well,
I like the Marshal.
Yeah, the Marshal's good. Micah, he's got the little boy's name. What's his name?
Mark.
Mark. I like him a lot. He's a cute little guy, and his cowboy hat's just the right size for his head, just like his dad's. And he has kind of a half-grown horse. I mean, his horse is just his size.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't like it. He's so dependent on his dad. And when he really gets droopy, he gets...
Yeah, but you know, his dad just doesn't... His dad kind of corrals him quite a bit, though, I think. Mark, if you watch the show, Mark McCain really wanted to go out and do his own thing, but Dad didn't want him to go too far by himself. I mean, man, I don't know how old Mark was before Lucas finally allowed him to get his own rifle. It wasn't until like season 5 that Mark finally got a rifle.
Well, they didn't have pellet guns back then. We'll be back.
GK Wine and Spirits is open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., and Sundays from noon to 10 p.m. 750s of Fireball Whiskey are $13.98, or save on rum chata at $21.98. Pendleton Whiskey is $21.98, and for you Crown Royal Whiskey fans, it's $26.98. 6-packs of Corona family beers are $7.98, and Blue Moon family 6-packs are just $7.48. GK Wine and Spirits. Shop their aisles inside the grocery cart. East Highway 2, Broken Bow.
February is Heart Month, and Melham Medical Center wants to be sure you are heart healthy. We have 4 cardiologists, Dr. Cookman, Dr. Balwans, Dr. Freeling, and Dr. Markowitz, all who visit our specialty clinic on a regular basis. Don't make a trip out of town when you can get big town doctors right here at home. Call 308-872-4157 to schedule your appointment at Melham Medical Center Specialty Clinic. We look forward to partnering with you to inspire healthy living through quality care.
Introducing new Queso Blanco from Taco John's. It amplifies everything on our menu, kind of like a hype man. Melty, cheesy, white cheddar goodness came in dripping with just the right amount of jalapeno heat.
Where my peppers at? Oh, yeah, right here in the queso.
Our Queso Blanco remixes anything, like the Boss Burrito for only $6.
Remix!
Download our app for exclusive deals at Taco John's. Bigger, bolder, better.
Never enough queso.
9:28. We have one timeout left before we close the show. That's going to allow us to give somebody out there a chance to win a $25 gift card that Christy just came in and reminded us of to make sure we didn't forget.
I'd like to say thanks to Christy for coming in, because she watches Celebrity Wheel of Fortune as well.
Well, okay. I mean, it's a free country. I don't know. I don't get it, but different strokes for different folks. That's the way it goes. You might sometimes just maybe read the newspaper or watch some news so you know what's going on.
I don't want to watch the news.
Well, then
I don't know if I'm getting the truth when I watch the news.
Well, there are some better than others.
But when it comes to the truth,
yes,
ladies and gentlemen, you're going to get the truth from Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency, formerly Dynamic Insurance in Callaway, Nebraska.
Yep. Yeah, they're straight shooters.
Yep. And they do want to let you know that the Biden administration has opened a new special enrollment period for health insurance. And this is going to be February 15th through May 15th of this year. This is an opportunity to sign up for coverage if you didn't get that done before January, and it also gives you the option to change plans as well. They also want to let you know that their Albion office is open now, and the new producer is licensed in property and casualty and health as well. So if listeners have friends and family in that area, they love referrals, so check it out in Albion. Also, they have an office in Lincoln, and both of those are managed out of the office in Callaway. So to find out more about that special enrollment period for health insurance and other items related to all types of insurance, we encourage you to contact Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency. You can reach them at their Callaway office at 308-836-2201.
Hey, good morning to Steve Hornickel, who is chatting with this morning. Good morning to you, and stay warm, Steve. We'll be back in 1.5 minutes. Make that 2 minutes to give you a chance to win that card for $25. Stay tuned.
Four County Boutique is located in Arnold on Main Street. They're proud to say that most of the products offered in their store are created by people and businesses that have ties to Arnold. So when you shop Four County Boutique, you're truly shopping Custer County. They have handmade candles, local handmade jewelry, handmade signs and decor, Bichler hot chocolate, natural scrubs, and so much more. Plus women's clothing like Can, shoes, South Loop Bobcat gear, Melissa and Doug toys, and gift cards. They have great sales and gifts for Valentine's Day. Visit Four County Boutique in Arnold on Main Street.
It's Valentine's Day crunch time. Find your Valentine's something beautiful at your locally owned Health Mart pharmacy, Varney Health Mart. New Montana Silversmith items are in, plus save because it's 20% off. So is all of their costume jewelry. It isn't Valentine's Day without a card and candy. They have delicious options like Russell Stover, Baker's Chocolates, and Candy Kebabs, to name a few. Shop for your Valentine's Day gifts at Varney Health Mart, downtown Broken Bow. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
My dad always told me if you like somebody, you go to their Facebook. Now, my mom always said if you love someone, you take them to their Windmill Festival, June 10th through the 12th. Now, I'm just kidding. I text my ex-wife, I said I got COVID, you want to get back together again? No immediate response. She either dismissed the idea or is thinking about it. Good things are worth waiting for, and so is the Windmill Festival. Same talent, twice as good, and get this, tickets purchased by the day after Valentine will admit 2 for the price of 1. Love is in the air. We got the best of America's young country. Thursday, Mark Wills, Jason Pritchard, Sheila Greenland. Friday, Chris Jansen, Allie Colleen, Nebraska's own Lucas Hogue. Saturday, Logan Mice, voice winner Chevelle Shepard, and Josh Grayson. It's 6 foot or 60 foot apart. No VIP section. Everyone is important. Buy your campsites and tickets now. Log on to windmillfestival.com or that's their Facebook.
Thank you, Henry. It's 9:33. You're listening to The Breakfast Show, right? That's right.
You are, yep.
I'm a little, how do I want to put it, disappointed because my plan today was to be done by 9:30, and then we got off on Wheel of Fortune and some other
You started
diversion.
that because you rolled your eyes at me for watching one of the most popular, if not the most popular game show in America.
So let me get this right. You're blaming me for running over because I rolled my eyes.
Well, yeah, that's what got me started on the whole conversation regarding Wheel of Fortune.
Well, let me ask you this then, mister.
Okay.
What do you think runs across my mind when I've brought up the possibility of aliens and you get that look on your face?
Okay. Well, I'm sorry, but...
No,
all right.
there's no...
Topics of conversation. Wheel of Fortune. Aliens. I mean, okay. Which topic do you think would cause people to roll their eyes the most?
There are people out there, Brent Apperson, who are with me on this. Now, I understand a lot. Some of the listeners that have...
Well, there's a lot of people with me on Wheel of Fortune. I bet there's a lot of people out there watching Celebrity. I think that's what kind of made you roll your eyes, right? Was because I'm watching Celebrity Wheel of Fortune.
Everything has to be, with celebrities now. But let me just go back to the alien situation, because I was going to bring this up since we're running overtime anyway.
Yeah, we just will keep going now.
I decided after last week that I would not bring up aliens again because the last 2 people I asked on the air told me I was not on target, that they didn't think that there was a possibility of aliens. And so I decided I would take the listeners' number 1. I would discontinue talking about it until, and I underline, until I can prove and show you a sign that there are aliens in the area. I'm not going to continue to allude to the fact that there might be aliens until I can prove it. So I will not be visiting about aliens again until I have some substantial proof, which I believe I can gather for you and the listeners out there to help them determine that it is very possible that aliens could land on this earth.
So you actually think you can provide proof that there or aliens?
I believe I can, yes.
Okay.
But I'm not going to I'm not going to, harp on it every day and wear people's ears out on it. I'm just going to wait for the proof, for the facts. And just to show you that what I learned, I'm not going to continue to throw out conspiracy theories because I could end up like Lou Dobbs. and Jeremy could fire me from being on the air since he's the station manager.
All right.
So I need to have proof before I go on and just lay out this conspiracy theory that there could be aliens in this immediate area. I don't want to end up like Lou. I mean, he's been on the air for years and they canned him. So I don't want to, I don't want to get canned yet. I have some years in me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm waiting for the proof.
Okay.
All right. Shall we close the show with a giveaway?
Yes. Let's do. Today's gift card giveaway is Triple Bless Boutique in Broken Bow on the north side of the square. Or you can always shop their website at Shop Triple Blessed. That's all together. Don't use a space or anything.
Okay.
ShopTripleBlessed.com. Jamie and her staff love to help women find the perfect outfit for any occasion. Triple Blessed Boutique is also a part of the Chamber's Love Local promotion, which is continuing for a couple of more days through February the 11th. Each $25 purchase at participating businesses in the Chamber's promotion will give you an entry for the $50 gift certificates that will be given away by sponsoring businesses. And shoppers can also receive an extra entry for finding the Valentine Heart. So look for the Valentine Heart when you go into Triple Blessed Boutique and tell them when you check out what it reads. Shop local, love local.
Thank you very much. So, this is a $25 treat during our Love Local promotion.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you know what? Now, okay, I'm thinking Triple Blessed Boutique, you're thinking ladies. No,
yeah.
Guys, here you go. You call in and win this, here's your Valentine's Day gift right here.
Okay. So let's open this up to guys only.
Oh, okay.
That's a good idea.
Sure.
This is for guys only. That would mean you have to be a male.
Yeah. Now, just don't. Just try not to let your significant other know that you want it on the breakfast show, because then she might call you cheap.
Yeah. Don't tell her.
Yeah.
So we have a caller already on the line here.
All right.
That called in. Are you a man?
Yes, sir, Mr. Bernie.
All right.
Are you a younger man?
And I just found in my driveway some alien tracks.
Oh no!
So,
Mr. Wright, please don't encourage him.
Well, I don't know if they're there. They're there. I don't know.
No.
Well, Mr. Wright, you of course taught history for many years in high school. Did you dabble in science at all? Of course, you went to college, so you had to study science.
Well, I tried to stay away from that as much as I could, because that made me look really stupid when I was in science. So.
Well, whether there's aliens or not, because you are a man, which means you're a male, you have won yourself a $25 gift card.
All right.
So
I appreciate that.
Hey, I just got to ask, do you watch Celebrity Wheel of Fortune?
I watched a little bit of that the other night. I ordinarily don't.
Okay.
But
is there a reason why you didn't continue to watch it?
Well, I just didn't happen to be watching, I guess.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like Dave. I look for the history program.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about, are they pretty accurate? I mean, I watch them, because they're have real film footage of World War II now, and a lot of it they've been able to have it in color now, which is fascinating to me.
Yes.
Yes. Is it pretty factual, all in all?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah. Some of those shows I've seen a couple, 3 times. I keep watching them, and I'm like you. that's my area I like.
Yeah.
So my wife always said that I spent too long teaching World War II, and all of that. She said you started in September and quit in May, and maybe that was too long for World War II. But anyway.
Well, the true heroes from that time period, and there's heroes today as well, but the sacrifices that everybody made, I think, I don't want to get too deep here, but I'm interested to hear your thoughts. On World War II, it seemed like the entire country made some sacrifices with, lack of rubber and tires and coffee and all those things. That was when women started working in the workforce due to the shortage.
Yeah.
There was a lot of things that happened socially. Today, I wonder, because we have these great volunteers that we have that go into these places in smaller numbers, whether we lose that connect here as citizens when we're kind of separated from it and don't really make that many sacrifices.
Well, sometimes I think the country might be in trouble with that, because like you say, the numbers are small. But I still believe in America enough to think that if there was a time like World War II or something like that America would respond.
Yeah.
I just feel that way. It looks like sometimes people don't care anymore, but I think if the time came up, people would respond, and they would they'd put a draft back in, and people would volunteer. But it's kind of a touchy question.
Oh,
I
it
think
is.
the same thing sometimes.
Yeah, it is. But I think most people would agree with you that when the chips are really down, we'll forget about all this right and left nonsense and get the job done. But right now, we fortunately don't want to wish to put ourselves in that situation, that's for sure, because that would mean, another big war.
Yeah. Well, I'm just glad I'm not teaching school right now, because I'd have a tough time teaching politics to people, because it's just such a mess. You can't work together, and like they just censored that lady from Wyoming, that Mrs. Cheney, because she voted for impeachment. Well, what difference does it make? I mean, if you think he's guilty or anything like that, to me, you vote your conscience. And now it seems like if you don't vote the way your party says, they don't want to talk to you. So
yeah, it's kind of like
I'm really disillusioned in that part of it.
Well, keep your chin up, Mr. Wright. You were a good.
Yes, I shall.
You were a good history teacher, because now you've got me watching a lot of documentaries on that time period, and I also find the time period, of course, when we became a democracy, even more interesting now too, and to find out as we go along. You had the history books that taught some of the basic history. It's really interesting to learn more about the people during that period of time, with their strong points and their flaws. Even the ones who made the Constitution.
Yeah. Right. Well, of all things to watch, over the weekend I watched Modern Marvels a lot. Well, that's a lot of the history and all of that, but that's the stuff you don't have time to teach in a regular history class.
Right.
All of that. So there's so much more to history than just what you get in the history books a lot of times.
Yeah. So. Well, what a pleasure talking with you, Mr. Wright. Appreciate you calling in.
Oh.
Enjoy your gift.
All right. Thanks a lot.
You
guys.
bet.
Appreciate it.
Bye. Well, there you go. A good guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a man. He's a male. So he qualified.
Yes, and he was a winner.
And he is a winner. Mr. Wright, thanks so much. And thanks to our giveaway sponsor today. Now, let's see here. Triple Blessed Boutique, giving away the $25 card to Mr. Wright. Now, he can get Mrs. Wright something nice. And also tomorrow, everybody's in on Bow Family Furniture. That will be a $25 card for the Bow Family Furniture. So, fun show today. Enjoyed it. Look forward to your coverage tonight. You might want to recap that again real quick.
Sure. We're going to do 2 games for you tonight. Both radio stations will be busy tonight with high school basketball on KCNI. We'll do Broken Bow basketball, girls and boys doubleheader against Ord. We always do that one, and should be a lot of fun again tonight. We'll have those games for you on KCNI, and then on KBBN, we'll have the area matchup between Ansley Litchfield and Arcadia Loop City. Those games will be on the radio on KBBN tonight, and also we'll have a live video stream available on our media platforms of the Ansley Litchfield Arcadia Loop City games tonight.
All right, very good. And Jeff, we're not going to have a boo-boo at the end here today, so
we're actually going to end the show.
Yes. So when we play the theme, that means it'll be over today. We won't have to knock the window out of the studio to get you to stop. So we're good to go, Jeff. Thanks for listening, folks.
Bye.
Join us tomorrow at 7:30.